She has been making people laugh for years, and while she is best known for her role on My Name is Earl, Jaime Pressly is back. Jennifer Falls is the new comedy airing on the TV Land network. Jaime plays a mom who has just been fired from her high-paying job and has to move back in with her mom. Jaime joins us now to tell us more. Good morning, Jaime.
Good morning.
So happy to have you here this morning. Before we get started in talking about your new show, I wanted to let you know that I spent some time in Eastern North Carolina, and I love that everybody there kind of loves to take ownership of you. That's where you spent your earliest of days, right? I think you were born there, so I wanted to share that with you.
Very cool to hear. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to get to go back and be with all my family. My whole family still lives there, and my best friend since I was 5. So they've all been very supportive, and they're all very proud, which is a really great feeling for me.
I'm sure they love you there. We love you. Well, tell us about this new show. It looks so funny. How do you describe this show?
This is a show that I think everybody can relate to. It's about a woman who basically was extremely successful in her career, made lots of money, single mother, who loses her job, and hence the title Jennifer Falls, falls from grace, and has to move back in with her mother, with her 16-year-old daughter, and go to work at a sports bar for her brother, who she's always been more successful than. And the mother my mother, whom I move in with, is a therapist who doesn't listen to me. So there's a lot of situational comedy that goes on, and you know, I think great comedy comes from real life drama, and so this is based around a lot of what people have dealt with in the last 10 years, which is, you know, the rise and falls of their careers, and trying to get back on top again, and really kind of find get her bearings again, and learn how to balance being a single working mother, which so many women do.
Well, and you kind of learn how to be humble too, right?
Well, it's not even learning to be humble. She is humbled whether she likes it or not. So, you know, I think it's a very relatable show, though, because so many people have had this happen. And, you know, one of the things that Jennifer has to realize and learn to appreciate is that she has a mother that actually took her in and gave her a place to stay, which so many people, you know, haven't had that luxury when losing their jobs. And a brother who owns a sports bar that gives her a job, whether she likes the job or not. She at least has a job, and she has to learn to appreciate that, as well as get back in the good graces of her best friend, who she kind of ditched when she became successful. So she's having to relearn everything, really.
Yeah. Well, the clips that I've seen are extremely funny, and I think it's interesting that TV Land picked this up as well, because I think they're trying something new with you, aren't they? A little different. They
are. This is actually a much edgier show, and it's their first single-camera comedy. This was originally meant to be a multi-camera sitcom, and in the process of casting, we decided, as far as getting the caliber of actors we wanted, it might work out in our benefit if we changed it to a single camera. And once we did change it to single-camera comedy, meaning without a live studio audience, all the actors started reading the script in a different light, and then we ended up with this incredible cast that we have. I mean, Jessica Walters, the legend, playing my mother is quite an honor, as well as Missy Pyle, who couldn't be funnier, Nora Kirkpatrick, my old buddy Ethan Suplee from Earl, and my daughter Dylan Guilela.
Oh, wow. Well, how is it doing a show without an audience? Is it easier? Is it harder? I don't know, maybe just different?
You know, it's just different. When you shoot without an audience, you don't have to worry about whether or not they laughed. You don't have to hold for laughs. You can tell a joke and keep it moving. And in a single camera, when the audience is watching, they can choose where they want to laugh. So you don't have to be so concerned when you're shooting it.
Well, and I would think that it would help if you had that audience, though.
Well, it can help and it can hurt. It depends. When you're doing a multi-camera in front of a studio audience, which is my favorite format to shoot in, hence why I named my son Desi after the man who created the format. It's a challenging process because, you know, you have an audience that you have to entertain live like you're doing a play. And if the joke doesn't work, the writers can immediately change it and give you something new to try. But a lot of times, if there's, you know, a joke on top of a joke, the audience doesn't always hear the second joke or the third joke. And so writers will then second guess themselves and question it, and they'll try to overwrite instead of just giving you a chance to try the joke again so that the audience can hear. You know, and also when you have an audience, you have to hold for laughs, which takes away a lot of your storytelling time. So when you have a single camera comedy, it gives you, without an audience, it gives you more time to tell a story.
Huh, that is fascinating. Well, and first and foremost, you are a beautiful actress. Do you consider yourself a comedian as well? We kind of think of you as one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't say, I mean, I'm not a comedian in the stand-up sense. I've never done stand-up. That would be quite scary, I can imagine. But yeah, I do love comedy. I do think of myself as a comedic actress, but I think of myself as an actress overall. I'm not, you know, dead set on comedy or drama. I love them both. You know, when it comes to the material, that's what's most important, you know. If the material is great, then that's where I go.
Yeah. Well, and I think the material is great on this show, so congratulations.
So
we
do
will
I.
be watching. And when does it come on again?
Wednesday nights following Hot in Cleveland at 10:30 p.m. on TV Land.
All right. Well, congratulations on everything again, and thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll of course put all the information on Jennifer Falls on our website, fox4morningblend.com. Very interesting, wasn't that, Steph?
She is. I always love her and stuff. She is funny. Melt off those final pounds and bring back your youth. Up next, how the Naples Laser and Meds Spa can help. Stay with us.